My name is Glenn Gallas, and I'm a small businessman from Hot Springs, Arkansas, and I thank you for the opportunity to address this matter. You know, as a small businessman, I have a definite and vested interest in making sure that my business survives, as well as small businesses all across Arkansas. One of the biggest dangers to business is when you increase the cost of overhead. One of these things that part of this process is being able to mandate health insurance, and more importantly, mandate health insurance costs to the businesses. And even though there is tax credits being assigned to this bill, the tax credits will not overcome the burden of administrating and making sure that we have insurance provided. A couple things I'd like to address while everyone is telling me that that we have this deadline to go on, and I'll quote from Section 1321, a state that elects to operate an exchange must adopt the federal standards or a state law implementing them by January 1st, 2014. Not 2013, 2014. And I mean, this is according to the very bill that we're in. We're not talking about a deadline of 2013. And yet we're being asked to implement a law that we don't know what it's supposed to do. We don't know what's in it. All we're asking is sort of like a businessman asking, I want you to start a restaurant and serve food. You're not going to tell me what kind of food. You're not going to tell me how to cook it. You're just going to say I have to build a business plan to do so. I think as legislators, that's fundamentally wrong to pass a piece of legislation that we don't know exactly what it's going to do, nor is there a deadline that has to be met. The second thing I'd like to point out is that of the states that have implemented the exchanges for Texas, Florida, North Carolina, and California, most of these doors have, as a matter of fact, in California, who was the earliest established exchange, stopped having an exchange. And one of the biggest arguments against exchange was that it opened the door for cherry picking. And if we think what's happened across 4 states is not going to happen in Arkansas, we are fooling ourselves. Last but not least, and because I do want to give other people the time, I want to remind our friends here, and I speak this out of respect and out of kindness, is we remember what happened to a sitting senator who decided that she would go against the will of Arkansans and vote the way of health care. That you're opening yourself to that same opportunity today to remember for the people who allowed this exchange to take place when we didn't need it, when we didn't know what the cost was, and we certainly have the opportunity to make right and proper arguments for that. And
point of order, Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Now, he's talking about a campaign situation.
Okay.
Had nothing to do with the bill.
All right. Mr. Gallas has relinquished the chair.